Hello and welcome. My name is Nav, and I thank you for joining me for a brand new year on your mat. Those of you that have been practicing alongside me, I appreciate it tremendously. Those of you just joining, I look forward to growing and building a community with you. Today's practice will be one to awaken, to activate, to turn on our root chakra. The root chakra is located towards the base of our spine. So if you've ever done a Kegel, think about that area of your body. This area of our body, this energy center of our body, is known for its basic survival and sustenance needs. So our basic needs of elimination, of reproduction, and more deeply, a sense of feeling grounded, a sense of feeling connected to Earth. In terms of our body parts, our root chakra is associated with our feet, our legs, the base of our spine, and internally our large intestines. So as we work through today's practice, keeping a sense of connection to these parts of your body. At times, we may be asked to move our attention to different areas, but always trying your best to keep a part of your attention here. If you do like my content, if you do like practicing alongside me, please make sure to like and subscribe. It helps tremendously. You can follow along on other social media using Nirvana with Nav. Otherwise, with that spiel out of the way, let us begin today's practice as we start on our backs. Those of you that may have blocks or a strap, feel free to use that. Have that handy by your side. Might come in handy. Otherwise, no need to fret, no need to panic. Taking just a few moments here to land on your mat, settling onto your back. Maybe legs are extended, maybe arms are on your body. Maybe knees are bent, arms are by your side. Whatever works best for you. As we land on our mats, doing so with some intention. An intention to connect to the body, an intention to observe and settle into the mind, an intention to breathe fully, to breathe deeply, to breathe purposely. Let's give ourselves just a few moments of silence here as we slow down, as we quiet down, as we land and arrive. Now, within each and every one of us, we possess a very powerful tool to keep us centered, to keep us grounded. That tool being your breath. So take a few moments here to tap into your breath. Sealing your lips if you're able to as you start to breathe exclusively through your nose. Creating a depth to your breath in, feeling your chest rise, your belly expand. A length to your breath out as you feel your belly fall, your chest soften. And some of us practicing today might even bring in our ujjayi, known as our victorious breath. Intention behind this breathing technique is to create a little bit more heat, allowing for a little bit more focus as we create a soft vibration. Doing so by gently restricting the back of your throat, sort of like you would if you were to whisper deeply or to fog up a mirror. Noticing if this breathing technique feels good for your body, Otherwise, just finding that rhythm of breath in and breath out. Great. And we'll naturally deepen our connection to our breath as we begin to bring some movement in. Taking your next breath, reaching your arms overhead, pointing your toes away, a full body stretch as we wake up our nervous system. Breath out, knees in towards your chest as you round through your back, giving yourself a nice big hug. Great. Let's prep with a bridge here. We'll bring our heels down by our hips, maybe arms by our side. Roll your shoulders underneath, feeling grounded, feeling connected. Walk your feet maybe just a step closer here. Next breath here, let's press into the ground as we lift up through the hips. A few breaths here, noticing what you may need to do to create a little bit more space. Engaging through your glutes, pulling your heels towards your hips. Notice if your knees are opening apart, seeing if we can keep our thighs in. Take a breath in. Exhale to lower your hips down as we drop both legs over to the right. So bringing in just a very gentle twist here, creating a little bit of length through the left side of our hip. Just a couple of breaths here. Some of you may even go a bit deeper, crossing right ankle over left knee. Just being mindful that we're still warming up. We're just exploring the body, so please be gentle. If you do have your ankle crossed, we can remove and bring our right foot down. Breath in will recenter as we once again lift up our hips, coming back to our bridge. Notice if you can create a little bit more space, driving your hips higher, pressing into the ground, using your upper body to support your lower body here. And then breath out, hips come back down, and we drop both knees over towards the left. Creating a sense of heaviness through your lower body. Trying your best here as you twist to keep your upper body glued onto your mat, shoulders especially. Great. We'll try both sides one more time. So at your own pace, breath in to recenter as you lift your hips up. Maybe you stay for a breath. Maybe you come up to your toes or as you lift up your heels. And then breath out, bringing your hips down, dropping your knees to the right. Stay for a breath, stay for two, stay for however long you need. And then once again, inhale to recenter, hips lift up. And maybe you play with a little bit of balance. Pushing down into the ground with your left foot, maybe right foot kicks up. We bring that foot down, switching sides, breath in, left leg kicks up. Just an opportunity to challenge yourself to create a little bit more stability within the body. And then let's bring our feet down, hips down. Last time, knees drop over to the left. Great. Let's continue from here. Breath in to recenter. Exhale, knees come in. Let's catch on to the backs of our knees as we start to rock ourselves up and down our mat. A few times here, grabbing the back of your legs, gaining some momentum, and then eventually crossing your ankles as we come forward into a tabletop. Hands will come in front, knees will shimmy back as we come onto all fours. And then just an opportunity to wake up your spine as we welcome our cat and cows. Shoulders in line with wrists, knees in line with your hips. Breath in, belly drops, chin lifts, heart opens through your arms. Exhale, spine rounds as we tuck our chin and tailbone in, pressing the earth away. And then give yourself the next few breaths here to move your body in a way that feels good. Explore your spine. Maybe you shift your weight forward and back. Maybe you bump your hips side to side. Feel free to even change the position of your hands, maybe turning your hands out, turning your hands in. There's no right or wrong way to move. It's just about feeling your body and doing so in a way that feels good. Now from here, we'll bring in a little bit of movement into our hips as we explore the full range of motion of this particular joint. We'll shift our weight into our left leg here. We'll keep our right knee bent. On your breath in, right foot will lift up towards the sky. Think about a 90-degree angle with your back leg. Notice if you're tilting through your hips. We try our best here to keep our hips neutral, to keep our right hip turned down. And then on your breath out, right knee will open out towards your armpit, maybe even come close to touching your armpit as it slides itself down in between your body. And then we can go in reverse. Breath in, open your right knee wide. Try to channel your inner dog peeing on a fire hydrant. Breath out, we turn our knee down as we drive our heel high. And then just a few times like this, finding these rotational movements here, getting bigger, exploring. Might feel a bit awkward, but what we're doing here is we're controlling our hip joint as we move our thigh bone, our femur, all around our hip. So we're allowing ourselves to move, to lubricate this joint, and in the process, allowing ourselves to feel where we may be stiff, where we may be tense. Let's slowly bring our right knee down. Maybe just give your hips a bit of a rock side to side. And then we'll try the other side. Ground down through your hands. Let your upper body support you here. Maybe your toes are curled underneath. Maybe they're not. And then we lift up through that left leg. Notice your hip. Keep your glutes engaged here to stabilize. Breath out, we open wide. Get that circle going as we trace our left knee down. Going in reverse, left knee opens wide. As we then turn our knee down, turn our foot up. And then you choose. Some of you will just go in the same direction over and over. Some of you might go in reverse. As you then kick up, you then bring your knee back out. Just allow yourself to play, to move, to breathe. Great. Let's slowly bring our left knee down. Give our hips a little bit of a shake here. And then when you do feel ready, let's curl our toes underneath, taking your breath out to lift your hips up and back as we settle ourselves into downward facing dog. As always, we try our best here to make this shape work for us. So what that might mean is that you have to settle onto your knees. What we can all make sure that we're doing is bringing awareness into the body. Spreading your fingers, pressing into your palms, turning down through your thumbs and your index finger, lengthening through your arms, pressing your shoulders away, separating your shoulders apart. Relax your head. Relax your ankles. Let's continue from here. Breath in, we'll bend our knees as we look forward. Breath out, take your time, step, hop, jump as you fold at the top of your mat. As we take a moment to fold, you might have to bend your knees once again. Relaxing your head, bringing your chest, bringing your belly closer towards your thighs. Some of you will dangle your arms. Some of you will hold on to your elbows. Notice what works best for you. Great. Breath in, we'll lift halfway. Find length through your spine, create strength through your back. Exhale to release. Let's bend our knees here as we sit low. Taking a breath in, let's sit tall as we come into our chair pose. Heels are grounded, thighs are engaged, glutes are turned on. Now some of you will keep your hands at your heart. Others may start to reach their arms up above. Take a moment here, settle, feel strong. Take a breath in. Exhale, we'll bring our hands down. Step your left foot back as we heel toe our right foot out wide. We'll bring both hands inside of our right leg as we come into a low runner's lunge. Some of you may have to settle onto your knee. Others will keep that back leg lifted. And I'd just like you to move your hips around. So creating a little bit of space, creating a little bit of movement. Notice what feels okay. Shifting your weight back, shifting forward, shifting left, shifting right. Explore. See what feels good, see what feels tight. Now from here, we'll be opening ourselves up for our second warrior. So to do so, we'll anchor our back heel down as our toes turn out. From the ground up, take a big breath in, left arm reaches back, right arm reaches forward. As we settle into our hips, chest and hips are facing towards the side of your mat. We are looking past our right fingertips. Great. Notice all this space in between your legs. Notice the length of your spine. Let's make sure that shoulders are stacking over our hips. On your breath in, right forearm comes to your thigh. Left arm reaches up to the sky. Notice if you're dumping weight. Notice if you're slumping. Stay strong. Take a breath. Exhale to recenter into your second warrior. Next time around, breath in, straighten your right leg, right arm to the sky. Left hand pulls back, known as our sky archer pose here. Notice a good side body stretch here. Take a breath. Exhale to recenter in your second warrior. We're coming back into this pose to refamiliarize ourselves here. This time around, we'll be coming into our triangle. Once again, arms slice out, take a breath in. Exhale, straightening your right leg. Right hand reaches forward as it starts to come down. Left arm reaches up towards the sky. Notice your hips. Hips are pushing forward. Top arm is pulling back. Chest is open. Take a full breath in here. Exhale to walk your hands towards the center of your legs as we come into a wide-legged forward fold. Two relatively straight legs, you might have to bring them in closer. Some of you will be able to work with two completely widened legs. Great. Left hand will stay down, a breath in, right arm will reach up, creating a twist here. If it's too much to reach that top hand to the sky, we can always keep it by our hip as we focus on just opening through the shoulder. Stay for your inhale. Exhale to bring your top hand down, switching sides. Breath in, left arm reaches high. Now as we twist, sometimes breathing becomes a bit challenged. So notice, send your breath to your top hand, create length, create space with your inhale. Exhale to bring your hands down. Let's walk our hands towards our top foot, towards our right leg one last time. This time around, back foot will stay lifted, back heel will be lifted. Inhale for your crescent lunge. Bending into your right knee, staying engaged through your hips, feeling stable through the ground. Lengthening through that back leg, spine is long. Breath in, let's lift our arms up towards the sky. Now, as much as our arms are reaching, avoid shrugging the shoulders up. Soften a little bit through the shoulders so that you can breathe with a little bit more ease. Great. We're going to create a little bit more length here. On your breath out, hinge. Start to reach your arms out in front. If that's too much, we can always just keep our hands by our heart. Putting a little bit more weight, a little bit more strength here through that front leg. Back leg is starting to get a bit lighter. We'll be coming into our first balance. Those of us using blocks might use blocks towards the top of the mat, placing them down for your hands. Others not using blocks will have to just work with fingertips down on the ground. As you shift forward, take a breath in as your back leg starts to lift. Notice Avoid collapsing fully into your upper body. Use that strength of your upper back, similar to how we would for our cow pose. If your hands are on the ground, maybe hands start to come up to your standing leg, to your hips, to your heart. What we can all focus on is creating more length through that back leg. Imagine that you're kicking the wall behind you, toes are turned down, hip is closed off. Take a full breath in here. Exhale to bring your left knee in towards your chest as you come up to stand. Now I'm just going to quickly pivot just so that we can see. As our left knee comes in towards our chest, staying strong, spreading your right toes wide, gripping into your mat. We'll come into our tree, bringing your left foot inside of your right leg. Some of you will be down on the ground, that's okay. Some of us will be towards the lower leg. Some of us will start to come towards the thigh. Hands might be on your heart, might be on your hips. Some of you may reach your arms up towards the sky. Great. Just a little bit more, one last shape here. Maybe we come into our eagle. Let's see what happens. Let's maybe just start with hands by our heart. We can cross our left leg over our right. Some of you will be on the ground, left toes touching down. Some of you will spiral a bit deeper, bringing your left foot behind your right. And if you wish to play with your arms here, if your left leg has crossed over top, we'll bring our left arm underneath our right. Maybe give yourself a hug. Maybe spiral a bit higher as we catch on to wrists towards forearms. See what works. If you're starting to shake, if you're starting to struggle, focus on your breath. Take a deep breath wherever you are. Exhale to bring your top foot off. Relax your arms down. Take a moment here. Settle into your mountain pose. Spread your toes wide. Grip into your mat. Feel strong, feel stable through your legs, through your hips. Create length through your spine. Soften through your shoulders. Relax your arms. Just a few breaths here. Now, the intention of this practice, as mentioned at the start, is to wake up, it's to turn on, to activate our root chakra. Just taking a moment here to connect to the body parts that relate to this chakra. Your feet, your legs, your hips, the base of your spine. Maybe you're feeling a bit of heat. Maybe you're feeling a bit of sweat. We'll switch sides. Believe in yourself as we now work through our left side. On your breath in, arms will sweep up towards the sky. Breath out, hips will start to sit down as we come back into our chair. Taking a few breaths here, creating a little bit more length through the upper body, sitting a little bit deeper into our seat with the lower body, finding that breath. Exhale to fold, bring your hands down, step your right foot back as we come into our runner's lunge. Try to create as much space as you comfortably can through both legs, bending into that left knee. Maybe right knee has to come down. I'll show this side with the knee down. And then just a little bit of movement. Maybe you extend that front leg. Maybe you deepen your lunge. Maybe you rock side to side. Just allow yourself to feel the outer edge of your left hip, the inside of your left hip. Great. From here, we work deeper. Let's turn down our back heel. Toes are turned out. Feel stable through your lower body. Take a breath in to slice your arms out as you rise up. Left knee is bent. Left knee is slightly pressing out. Hips are open. Chest is open. Breath in, left forearm to your thigh. Right arm reaches high. Some of us that have been practicing a little bit longer might go deeper, reaching right arm overhead, top arm overhead, reaching bottom hand towards the ground. Taking a breath in wherever you are. Exhale to reset into your second warrior. This time around, we get really big. Breath in, front leg straightens, front hand reaches high, back hand pulls back. Feel a nice side body stretch. Stay for your inhale. Exhale to reset. This time we get low, keeping 2 straight legs still. Take an inhale. Exhale to straighten your left leg. Hinge a little bit so left hand reaches out in front as it starts to come down. Back hand, right hand reaches up towards the sky. Now, there's no pressure to come down towards the ground. Some of us might even just keep a hand on the shin, on the knee. There's no pressure to reach up. Might just keep that top hand on your hip. Focus on feeling stable. Stability creates strength. Great job. Take a breath in here. Exhale, hands come into center as we come into a wide-legged forward fold. Now we'll do something a little bit differently here. Just take a moment here, soften through your legs, bring heaviness into your upper body. Great. Breath in, we'll lift halfway, lengthen your spine, flatten your back. Exhale to bring your hands to your hips. Breath in to pull yourself up as you rise up. Look up. Breath out to bring your hands to your lower back. Take a breath in to open through your heart. Look up once again. Exhale to hinge as you fold forward. The lower your head goes, the higher your arms can reach. Soften through your knees as much as you need. Take a breath in, maybe reach your hands a little bit higher. Exhale to release your hands down. Let's walk our hands towards the top of our mat, rebending left knee, back heel picks up. Breath in, let's sweep our arms up towards the sky, coming into our crescent lunge. Now just take a moment. You might have to widen your stance a little bit here, heel toeing your feet a little bit wider apart. Square off your hips. Feel tall through your spine, feel strong through your legs, and then breath in, we can reach our arms high. Great. On your breath out, hinge. Send your hips back, lengthen your spine forward. Reach your arms out in front. Doesn't have to be straight out in front, but find that length from heel to hand. Bring your hands to the ground, maybe onto blocks, maybe not. Bring your back foot a little bit closer. Inhale, back leg lifts. Coming into balance, 3 points of contact on the ground to start. No problem with that. Take an inhale here. Exhale, bring your knee in as you rise up to stand. And once again, you'll be facing forward. This time around, I'll remain facing forward. Let's prep for our tree. Bringing your right foot inside of your left leg. You choose where it goes. Main thing that we focus on, glutes are turned on, so we're engaged through the hips. Right knee is turned out. And as much as your foot is pushing into your leg, let your leg push into your foot. So there's a constant pressure of both legs. Let's come into our eagle. Breath out, we cross our right knee over our left. You choose, maybe right foot just touches down on the ground. Maybe right foot comes behind your left leg. And then if we got our bottom half figured out, we can bring our right arm underneath our left. Maybe just give yourselves a hug. Or maybe we spiral a bit higher as we reach up. Just notice your upper body. Spine is still long. Elbows are lifted. Shoulders are pulled apart. Hand is peeling away from your forehead. 3 breaths. 2. Last breath in. Breath out. We bring our foot down. Bring our arms by our side. Returning to mountain pose. Slow down your breath. Find your center. Take a moment to just be. Now, just before we move on to the last part of our practice, just taking a moment to reconnect to your body, settle back into your mind as you anchor back to your breath. We'll take a moment to come into the center of our mat. We'll be turning our toes, our knees out, as we prep ourselves for our Muladhara, our yogi squat. Some of you that have blocks at home might require blocks underneath you. Others might be limited with how deep they can get into this particular shape. For the rest of us, for those of us prepping ourselves here, with your knees and toes turned out, let's begin to bend our knees as we sit our hips low. And as mentioned, those of us that may need a block might choose to sit on a block, supporting the hips a little bit. Some of us might end up just coming into a deeper squat, but not all the way down towards the ground. And others will be able to come all the way down. Now, wherever you are, main thing to be mindful of is that we are not rounding through the back. You can hear it. I'm demonstrating what not to do. As we round through the back, we end up putting a lot of pressure within. So we try our best to lengthen through the spine. Push your hands in together. Push your elbows into your knees, into your thighs, as we sit upright. And we'll be here for about a minute. You might choose to close your eyes in the meantime, just settling onto your breath, finding softness, finding ease, breathing with a sense of enjoyment. This may not be the most fun pose. You might start to feel some aching, some discomfort, maybe in your ankles, maybe in your knees, maybe in your hips. But understand that we have the tools to get through what we are going through. We're already more than halfway there. So find your breath. Reassure your mind that your body is safe here. Let's take one more deep breath here. Breath out, hands can come down, legs can straighten up as we fold over two wide legs. Relax your head here, bend your knees. Do what you need to do to bring some energy back into your lower body. This time around, we can come to sit down on the ground. We can bring our arms out by our side as we create a little bit more space. Hello, Noah. And as we come into this 90 degree angle here, two 90-degree angles with our legs, let's create a little bit of movement. Just as we did at the start, dropping knees side to side. Moving some of this energy around your hips, around your legs. Noticing how low your knees can go. Using your hands as a bit of support. And some of us here might go a bit deeper. So as we bring our knees down to the side, maybe your chest comes over your thigh. As we come into what would be our deer pose. Breath in, we'll recenter. Breath out to switch. And then once again, maybe chest drops. Maybe we feel a little bit towards the glute, towards the outer edge of the hip. And just a couple more times here. Knees drop, chest comes on top. Feeling a nice stretch through your outer hip, through your glute, maybe even into your lower back. Last time around. Switching, dropping, hinging. Great. We can bring our hips back in towards center. Let's extend our feet towards the top of our mat. Once again, just maybe shake out your legs, do what you need to do. As we finish today's practice, maybe in a seat. If you do not wish to take a seat, no pressure. You might choose to come onto your back. Could welcome a butterfly on your back. But as we settle into our final shape, if you need to bring in any final movement, please look to do so. Let's come back to our breath. Let's reconnect to our body. Let's settle into our mind. Let's take just the next 20 breaths to enjoy the action of breathing, focusing a bit more on your exhales than you do on your inhales. Softening your muscles, relaxing your joints, bringing a sense of heaviness into the body as you connect to the mat and to the earth beneath you. Whether you're seated or on your back, just beginning to deepen your breath, inviting some gentle movement into your wrists and ankles, maybe stretching out your fingers and toes. Wherever you are, let's take a breath in, reaching our arms overhead, maybe even pointing our toes away. Breath out to bring your knees in towards your chest as you round through your back, giving yourself a nice big hug. Those of us still on our back, slowly bringing yourselves up into a seat. Let's bring our hands into our heart, tuck our chin into our chest, keeping our eyes softened or closed. Taking one last opportunity to check in. Checking in with this area of your body towards the base of your spine. Noticing any energy that may be flowing through your hips, your legs, your feet, through your lower body. Carry this energy with you as you move through the rest of your day and the rest of your week, and be able to offer it to whomever you meet. May you be happy, may you be healthy, may you live peacefully and harmoniously. May you be liberated from your pain and suffering. It's my honor to guide you all here today as we sit tall to seal our practice by bowing forward and humbly saying, Namaste. Great job, everyone. Great practice. As mentioned at the start and throughout this practice, our intention today was to activate our root chakra, the base chakra. Over the next few weeks, we'll explore some practices to wake up some of our other higher chakras. But please let me know what you think. Let me know how this practice went. If you have any questions, comments, feedback, please don't hesitate. Type them out below. I'll be sure to get back to you. As always, if you can, please like and subscribe. It helps the channel greatly. And you can always follow me on other social media, searching Nirvana with Nav. Until next time, take care, stay safe, and I hope to see you again soon. Thank you.